This is page 15 of your Operations with Rational Numbers homework. Now remember, we're adding and subtracting rational numbers, so positive and negative fractions and decimals, and we're going to be multiplying and dividing those as well. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to first add our decimals, and negative 1.7 plus negative 0 and 8/10 is going to give you negative 2.5, and then we'll subtract 4 and 1/100, and when we subtract that we get negative 6 and 51/100. For the fractions, if you're fluent with fractions, then go ahead and subtract, find your common denominator. Sometimes that's a little bit easier and the decimals aren't as long. However, if you're more comfortable with changing to decimals and you can use your calculator, you can do that. So I'm going to show you the decimal way. 8 divided by 5, or 8/5, is equivalent to 1 6/10 minus negative 1 5/10. And when you subtract those two, you get 3 1/10, or you can write it as the mixed number, 3 1/10. Now the next one we're going to multiply. So we are going to go ahead and change to decimals again. So I've got, keeping my integer there, negative 2, and then 1/5, of course, is equivalent to 2/10. And then we'll put times, and then I'll keep my whole number, and 3/4 is equivalent to 75/100. And we'll go ahead and multiply, and we should get negative 3 and 85/100, which is also equivalent to negative 3 and 17/20 when your fraction is simplified. All right, next we're going to do two division problems. So I'm going to keep my integer, my whole number, which is 5. 1/8 is equivalent to 125 thousandths. Divide. Then I've got negative 2 and 3/10. And then when we divide those, I'm going to have to round this one. So it'll be negative 2 and approximately 23/100. I rounded it to the hundredths place. And then number 10, we've got negative 6 and 4/5 is equivalent to 8/10, so negative 6.8 divided by 2, and that gives us negative 3 and 4/10, which is the same thing as negative 3 and 2/5.